I just wanted to put this quick demo video together for you today just to show you the workflow of how things are working. Towards the end of the video, you're actually going to see sort of the sections of the program that we offer, and the workflow is really going to show you how to get that live market feedback going as quickly as possible, and then you can actually determine, start booking some calls, see what's going on with the pain or the problem. And as you can see, I've been doing this for quite a long time. Over 20,000 followers to date, direct connections, and it started, probably around 2010, the old-fashioned way, going to networking events. The first couple thousand of these were actually people I met at these events. And as I mentioned, I'm an adjunct lecturer at the University of Toronto's Rotman School of Management in the MBA program, where I've also mentored and coached for the past several years. And just to let you know, I am distinguishing myself from someone else. A lot of what we have in this program is actually part of what I learned at the Smith School of Business in this program right here, which I was also a mentor for a few months, Masters of Management, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. So you're obviously not having to pay the big, $35,000, but you are essentially getting a heck of a lot of that information through this program. So it starts off with just, after you've gone through some of the initial phases of what we call the reincarnation stage in our program, you'll actually obviously identify, and through segmentation, a process called segmentation, the audience. And some of the stuff you're going to be familiar with, of course. But okay, so we're searching for the audience, we're grabbing the link from that search, we're pulling it into our search tool, which obviously we'll get access to. This is not our tool, this is a tool that we trust and we've used for 5 years, and we know that actually works, and they keep your account safe. These things are very important because the majority of the solutions out there actually don't really care about anything other than getting like a few bucks from you, and they don't actually protect your account. This system actually is very protective of your account and keeps everything safe. So you would have pulled that link in, you would select URL here. And again, this is covered in the training, but it's just to kind of go over the basics of what this discovery process looks like. And so now, okay, you paste it in, you search, okay, now you pull in the searches. Okay, so now you have your people, and this gives us an opportunity to add them to a campaign, which we create. And this is an example of what a campaign sequence might look like. InMail is also available. We would sort of recommend you do both. Bring in as many people, that assuming they're targeted, as possible, and then InMail and standard mail. They wouldn't receive both. Whoever's opened InMail would also, it just kind of increases the volume of people you're reaching out to. But this stuff does work. I mean, this is more of a direct sales within an established company that you'll see on the wall of logos of companies later on. But this stuff works. I mean, we're up to 1,200 requests going out, and it's just a great way to start getting those first few deals. But you can see on the right here, 1,200 connection requests, 300 new connections, and about 250 responses, of which about 50 of them were booked into calls. For the first 3 months of this arrangement with this company, they booked over 150 calls using this system. And this is one of the ways that we're able to do this in-house. I'd be happy to show you how to do this for yourself, to create a custom GPT which sort of systematizes the responses that you're providing to that audience to see to it that it's working or not working. But it's all about consistency, obviously, in the outreach messaging, but also in the responses. You have to sort of decide what you're going to respond with to sort of measure it as a baseline, whether or not the message is resonating with that particular audience or not. And we would also set this up for you as part of the program, just a free CRM, so that you don't have to pay for it, but you can actually track what's going on with these people. There's obviously a notes section where you can take notations about the person so that you're actually on top of everything and everything's clean and you don't have to pay. So that's great. And if you decide to have a virtual assistant to do the responses on your behalf, you just get set up with something like Calendly. I'd recommend you do this either way, just to be able to have this public calendar availability around for prospects. And all of our communication is done through Slack, as I mentioned. There isn't a lot of activity. It almost looks like a dead zone in terms of the actual channels here, because everything we do is in direct message. We really believe in privacy and confidentiality, and we don't want people to sort of have these public confidential conversations, which are sort of coaching type conversations, out in the open. Like, I see that a lot in these coaching companies, but we don't really want to do that. Like, we just like to keep things like private and confidential, and so that we can share whatever we're comfortable with within that chat, and customize it to you. So this is just an example of what the initial discovery in your case may look like. So okay, 1,000 requests over the month, about 300 connected, 120 responded. Out of the 120 responded, 60 of them said, "No, I'm not really interested." 60 of them either said, "Thank you, tell me more, I'm interested," etc. So they're kind of in that neutral or positive zone there. And out of those 60 people, about 30 of them we never hear from again, right? And that's just the reality of it. And that's why we're reaching out to so many people. And the other case, okay, there's 30 that are left, right? 60 said no originally. Out of the 60 that are left, 30 we never heard from again. And out of the 30 that are remaining, we're able to book 10 to 20 calls with those people, assuming you follow the process, right? We do take our reputation very, very seriously. We have worked with some of the biggest companies in the world, as I mentioned: Nike, CGI, Cognizant, Capgemini, First Capital, Primerica, Edward Jones, Huber Chemicals, JM Huber, Skyline, JLore, Wines and Brambles, Tech, Coldwell Banker, Parkland. And just so you know, I'm not like some smoke and mirrors. This is just a post that a gentleman, the former director of sustainability and strategy consulting at CGI, he's just mentioning a program that actually myself and my colleague developed, called Sustainability Making the Business Case, under the Workplace Integrated Learning projects at the Robin School. We actually developed this. We have a 5-star rating on Google, and we're very proud of this rating, and we will do whatever it takes to retain that 5-star review. And it's not to say that we're just opening ourselves up to be sort of attacked financially speaking, but just, we are willing to do what it takes to keep people happy no matter what. Like, that's all we care about. Like, we don't care about saving a nickel. We care about you being happy with us and feel like getting value from working with us. Like, that is what we care about more than anything else. And it shows. I mean, it shows in how we approach things. So that concludes the video of today. I really appreciate your time again, as I said, and I look forward to speaking with you. And I hope, all the best with everything. And whether or not we end up going forward in terms of you purchasing anything, like, there's never going to be any crazy sales pressure here or anything like that. We just